You're listening to Unqualified Opinions, and I'm your host, Michelle. Today's topic is, it's only a fishing ticket, but it almost ended his career. People hear minor offense and think minor consequence. That's a lie. I want to tell you about a guy who almost lost everything over illegal fishing without a license. No violence, no fraud, no drugs, just fishing. And if the judge hadn't stepped in, this kid would have walked out of court thinking he was being responsible, while quietly torching his entire career. This guy was young, early 20s, firefighter, first offense, clean record. He didn't qualify for a public defender. He made too much money. He didn't want to spend money on a private attorney because he didn't want to drag things out. He kept saying, it's just fishing without a license. I'm guilty. I'll take whatever the judge gives me. I just want it over with. He thought he was being mature, accountable, efficient. He thought court was about punishment. It's not. The case gets called. The judge listens. He looks at the file. He looks at the kid and then does something totally unexpected. The judge refuses to accept his plea. Not angrily, not dramatically, just calmly says he will not allow the case to be resolved until the defendant speaks with an attorney. The firefighter was confused and honestly a little annoyed. He pushes back. Your Honor, I don't need a lawyer. I'm guilty. I just want to get it done with. The judge doesn't explain why, because judges can't give legal advice. But the judge holds the line, and I knew exactly what the kid didn't. This wasn't about fishing. This was about the collateral consequences. For a firefighter, even a low-level conviction can trigger internal disciplinary review, violations of department policy, licensing or certification issues, termination, permanent marks on background checks. Public trust jobs don't care if something feels small. They care if it's on your record. That standard plea, it wasn't standard at all. Any competent attorney would have clocked this in 5 minutes, not to fight the facts, not even to deny responsibility, but to structure the outcome. A lawyer could have negotiated a dismissal, pushed for diversion, handled it administratively, resolved it without a conviction, protected the firefighter's job. Same conduct, same accountability, different consequences. That's the part that self-represented people will never see. Here's the distinction people miss. Being responsible does not mean taking the fastest deal, skipping legal advice, accepting consequences you don't understand, understanding the fallout, protecting what matters, making informed decisions. That's what attorneys are for. This kid wasn't being noble. He was about to be uninformed. And uninformed pleas destroy lives quietly. This is where I draw the line clearly. If you're guilty and the evidence is solid, please don't waste the court's time. Don't drag it out on a hope and a prayer. Get the best deal possible, but not the fastest one. Damage control is strategy, but if you're innocent, you fight. You fight hard, you fight clean. Because once you're in the system, even for something as small as 8 hours of community service, your whole world can change. Jobs, licenses, housing, reputation. The system records contact, not inconvenience. That judge knew something without being able to say it. He knew the kid was about to make a decision he couldn't undo. Judges close cases. They don't manage your life afterwards. This one refused to be part of a quiet disaster, and that pause probably saved his career. And after the judge told him he could return at 1 p.m. after lunch, after he'd spoken to an attorney, I chased him down in the hallway, down the stairs, and I explained to him this. The judge was trying to hint to you, but could not tell you what I'm about to tell you. You need to talk to an attorney because choosing to take the plea deal is going to end your firefighter career. And he looked at me and his eyes were wide open and he was totally astounded. And he said, thank you. And I said, take the advice, talk to an attorney, and they will still get you the best possible deal without throwing your career and your life away. And for that, he was grateful. And it wasn't just a ticket. It's how people lose everything. Fast is not smart. Cheap is not expensive. And just get it over with can cost you years and set you back in your life forever. Whether it's fishing, paperwork, or something that sounds minor, if you don't understand the consequences, you don't get to skip a lawyer. Courts close files. You live with the fallout. Choose accordingly. This podcast is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Laws and consequences vary by jurisdiction and profession. Consult a qualified attorney regarding your specific situation.